Count on the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County when you're looking to buy or sell a home or land. All our agents, including Brian Howell, Charlene Lamb, Adam White, David Deeves, Jennifer Brantley, Jay Brantley, Jim Jarrett, Raina Dubberly, Yvonne Robertson, and broker George Durden are ready to serve you today. For all commercial, residential, and rental property, call 478-272-1535. Stop by 1700 Veterans Boulevard or log on to c21dublin.com. And you'll be dealing with the #1 realty company in Dublin and Lawrence County, C21.
Hi, I'm Andy Cullins at Cullins Supply. Cullins Supply is proud to be your Bobcat small equipment dealer. When paths need clearing, buildings need raising, loads need moving, acres needs tending, or anything on your to-do list needs getting done, that's where we come in. Bobcat makes the best equipment to complete the toughest jobs imaginable. Come see the full lineup of Bobcat compact equipment at Cullins Supply and Engine Service, located at 910 East Jackson Street in Dublin or 826 South Harris Street in Sandersville.
Welcome to Rotary. Erica Harden will come forward and lead us, return thanks, lead us in the pledge and the four-way test.
Let us pray. Loving God, bless all those gathered here today as we come together in friendship and fellowship. Thank you for the blessings of our individual and collective God-given gifts. Place in our hearts the desire to make a difference to our families, to our community, to our country, and to our world. Give us balance in times of distraction and uncertainty. Help us move towards our goals with determination and always with an abundant sense of humor. Thank you for the food in a world where many know only hunger, for faith in a world where many know fear, for friends in a world where many know only loneliness. Bless this food we shared, those who prepared it, those who served it, and those students who are with us today. For all this we give thanks. Amen. Let's say the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
This is one of the best programs of the year. We always look forward to the Preston Johnson High School Speech Contest, which of course is an annual event for the Dublin Rotary Club. If you look in your bulletin, there's a bio a little bit talking about the Rotary Speech Contest. Basically, Preston Johnson, who was a past district governor, started the Rotary Speech Contest along with Steve Moore. And for those of you who remember the two of them, you remember they had a great love for public speaking, and they felt like that this is how you were able to grow as a professional, and that is learning to get in front of large groups and speak. They both were involved in the local Toastmasters Club, which we do not have here anymore, unfortunately, but they brought their love for that into the Rotary Club here. And after starting the speech contest, the state decided to pick up the contest, and then of course they also named it after Preston Johnson because of his love. So this is in memory of both Preston Johnson and Steve Moore, who were great Rotarians. I have to tell you, I think any time that you get up in front of a group to speak, one of the things it does, it just continues to give you more confidence. The next time maybe you feel a little less stress in getting up to speak. So that's what we hope to accomplish today in our speech contest. Just a little trivia for those of you, and we'll see who knows this. There was one of our U.S. presidents that was so uncomfortable in speaking in front of groups that he often got very sick on purpose so that he would have to avoid getting up in front of a group and speaking. Now, I think a lot of people do that for tests, don't they? But, you know, for getting up in front of group speaking. But the interesting thing about it was, as President of the United States, he decided that he was not going to give the State of the Union address because he was so uncomfortable in doing it. So he actually wrote out the State of the Union address and passed it out to the media so that they could handle it that way instead of trying to get up in front of folks and speak. So, okay, who knows who that was? Oh, okay, in the back. Who? No. That was a good guess, though. It was actually Thomas Jefferson. Can you believe that? That's very interesting. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I think is very important today. If one of these outstanding students becomes president of the United States one day, I have no doubt that they will eloquently give the State of the Union address to the people of the United States. So thank you very much. We know that you are very career-minded, you're ambitious, you're doing this so that you can improve your speaking skills, and we know what the future holds. So thank you very much for that. As you know, just a couple of specifics. The speech can actually focus on two topics. It's the four-way test, or either the international theme by each year's president, and this year it is Imagine Rotary. So the student is to focus on either one of the two or both, but that's the focus of the speech. The speech can last from 3 to 4 minutes, and there would be deductions for anything either under 3 minutes or over 4 minutes, but it's a small deduction. The main thing is the focus of the speech. So with that being said, we have 4 very distinguished judges in the back, and they have actually judged this contest several times before, so they know what they're doing. And I'll just introduce here, to my right is Will Curry, who we were just talking about just a moment ago as Businessman of the Year. He is with Curry Company. Next we have Dr. Peter Micaiah, and Dr. Micaiah is with Middle Georgia College and State University. And then we have Ted Short. Ted is retired from Fairview Park Hospital. And then we have Erica Harden, who just gave our invocation, and Erica is with Oconee Fall Line Technical College. So we have 4 very good judges who know what they're doing, they know what to look for, and so we're very pleased and appreciate them doing this. Then in the center there is Candace Christian. Candace is actually our assistant governor for District 6920. And she is going to be giving out the information for the timing, just as a reminder to the students. We have a green for 3 minutes, yellow for 3.5, and then red for 4. And again, that's just to let the students know that they're getting close on time. The way that we actually selected the speakers is they drew a number among themselves, and if they wanted to swap numbers, that was fine if they wanted to, but that's how we actually decided who would be 1, 2, and 3. Before I forget, the next thing I want to do is please, please, please turn off your cell phones. One of the most distracting things is a cell phone going off. Sometimes, so many times at church, I feel so sorry for the preacher. He's in this really making this great point, and then all of a sudden a cell phone goes off and everybody's mind goes south. So please turn off your phone so we don't have a problem with that. Basically what is going to happen is I will introduce Speaker 1. Speaker 1 will come up, will give their speech. They can either stand behind the lectern or in front of the lectern. It's their choice. After speech 1, that person will sit down. We will give them just a few moments for the judges to tally their scores. And then after that, speech 2 and so forth. So we actually have 3 contestants today that are in the speaking contest. Just one more thing. After the last speech, the judges will, of course, leave so that they can basically tally their scores as a group for the winner, first runner-up, and second runner-up. And then what will happen is while the judges are out, we will ask each of the speakers to please stand up, introduce, of course, themselves, what school they're from, because they will not refer to that during the speech. And they will also acknowledge who their guests are with them. And first of all, thanks so much for all of the support from the family and teachers that are here to support all these students, because I know we have the speakers and then we have speakers of the quarter, and it just says so much for our community to have all of this support. So thank you so very much for doing that.
I'm Heath Richter, and we just want to invite everybody to come on down to the Houston Clinic and check us out at our new facility. We've been in Dublin for a while now, obviously, but have a new office here, and we'd just like you to come down and see some of the new stuff we're offering. And if you need to get checked out, we'd be glad to do that for you. We've got able to do some ultrasound guided injections now, and physical therapy, and just a little bit better space, so hopefully we can get you in and out of here a little bit quicker.
Come by and see us today at our brand new location, the Houston Clinic, Medical Drive in Dublin.
Call Mr. Appliance for a speedy expert service. Or your appliance is not performing correctly, call 309-5960. Mr. Appliance of Dublin is your go-to company for dependable quality appliance service. Our experts are committed to delivering exceptional results in a timely manner, whether you need repairs, replacement parts, or general maintenance. Technicians are available on your schedule and always provide courteous, respectful, and quality work every time. Our technicians always explain and ensure understanding, so you'll never encounter surprise fees. Trust Mr. Appliance for residential and commercial repair, service, and maintenance. Call 309-5960. That's 309-5960. 309-5960. Serving Dublin and the surrounding area. Mr. Appliance and Speedy Expert Service, a locally owned and operated franchise. Allen's Heating and Cooling is your licensed Amana equipment dealer. Trust Allen's Heating and Cooling to install and service your heating and cooling unit. Allen services all brands, and with the purchase of a new Amana, offers a lifetime compressor warranty. Call Sean Clark or any of his friendly staff at Allen's Heating and Cooling, your Amana dealer. Amana lasts and lasts and lasts.
Imagine a world without poverty. What would that look like? What would that be like? According to Webster, poverty is a state of being extremely poor and lacking basic needs. For you see, current poverty trends show that there are about 698 million people living in poverty today. That's 698 million people that live day to day not knowing where their next meal is going to come from, lacking adequate housing, and again, just missing those daily basic needs. See, while these numbers are hard to read, if we were to look closer at the issue, imagine being a part of the 63% living in poverty in your current school district. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear. Poverty exists everywhere for different reasons. And I came to this realization a long time ago. I cannot imagine being able to overcome the reality of poverty if I didn't possess a strong sense of self-determination to not only survive, but to thrive in a life that many may believe was destined for failure. At a young age, the truth was revealed to me that the battle between any principality of the world is fought from within myself. For me, when I chose to follow Jesus Christ and study his word, all things became possible. My self-determination went through the roof, and my self-confidence is like this strong. But before my transformation, I could not imagine seeing the possibilities ahead of me now. I cannot imagine seeing the unlimited possibilities ahead of me now. With 698 million people living in poverty, we see countries struggle to provide clean water and nutritious food, while other countries have limited to no access to jobs, education, or some are in conflict, similar to Russia and Ukraine. For you see, poverty isn't a singular issue. It cannot be labeled as a problem It cannot be labeled as a single problem. Sometimes poverty can be caused by individual choices, like drug and alcohol abuse, lack of effort. I mean, some people are just lazy. Then you got lack of skill and poor money management. While there are some things that we cannot control, there are other things we can do to combat poverty. For one, we can invest in a better education for every country. And I'm not just talking about the basics like math, science, social studies, English. I'm talking about hygiene, good money management tips. I'm talking about critical thinking, and even public speaking skills. We could also reduce poverty by educating children, providing clean water. We could ensure basic health care. We could also reduce poverty by reaching children in conflict. If I were to imagine a world without poverty, I would see a world full of happy, hardworking people. I would see a thriving economy full of educated citizens and low crime rates in every community. Also, everyone will have access to clean drinking water and nutritious food. And I know poverty cannot be fully eliminated, but I also know that there are actions we can take to reduce the everyday struggle. From this day forward, we should focus on tackling the issue of poverty. Instead of imagining a world without poverty, let's begin building a world without poverty. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I can't seem to get my pen to work. Does anyone here today have a pen? Can you go ahead and take it out and see if it'll click? You know, the first retractable pen was engineered in the late 1800s, but it wasn't marketed until over 6 decades later, when it was redesigned by a team of more than 60 people. Yet, today, we take all of that for granted. I could ramble on about cylinder rotations, gravitational positioning for ink flow, or perhaps the ballpoint mechanism. But the only time we care about any of those things is when our pen doesn't click. So, the reason my pen won't work today is simply because of the absence of a spring. A spring's purpose is to store and release energy, and its function within the pen is to do just that, causing the subsequent click. Well, you see, a pen is an analogy to human characteristics, whereas instead of energy, thoughts are stored. And the release of this energy causes the release of our creative energy. Our imagination unlocks our limitless potential and our ability to express our creativity through our actions. But pens, they've changed the world by having written laws that we follow today, or declared wars that have reshaped society. How about written treaties that have saved millions? Or perhaps something much more personal, like signing doctor's prescriptions for when we were sick. Pens have power, and so do we. Much like a pen without its spring, without imagination, a person fails to achieve an intended purpose. I'm here today to suggest that our sole and key function as human beings is to merely imagine. Imagination unlocks our limitless potential and our ability to express creativity through our actions, as said earlier. But our value without this function is rendered useless, and our purpose without this function is diminished. Our reality is constructed by the thoughts we allow to pass through our mind. Martin Luther King Jr. imagined a world far greater than the one he woke up to each and every day. But by sharing his imagination, he inspired millions. Our imagination is the first step taken in order to express our creativity. Walt Disney imagined a place where his visions could quite literally come to life. A place where dreams come true, he called it. Innovation and change comes only from those who choose to imagine something new. The Wright brothers imagined human flight, something all of history believed impossible. But here we stand today. Our imagination all of us can stand here today with a pen that works. But there's a deeper purpose to having a mind that imagines. So by controlling our imagination, we determine our future. Imagine equality. Imagine creativity. Imagine innovation. Imagine.
The definition of imagine is forming a mental image of something not present. So if you would, take a minute, close your eyes, and imagine a world filled with kindness and love. Now, look at what steps we can take to make the world you just imagined a reality. Rotary clubs around the world have been taking these steps. The current International Rotary President, Jennifer Jones, makes the statement, "We all have dreams, but acting on them is a choice." The International Rotary theme word imagine is based on ideas of social improvements that will make the world a better place. Some areas of improvement they are focused on are child literacy, disease prevention, and easily accessible clean water. So imagine a world where everyone can read. Dreams have to start somewhere, and the Dublin Rotary Club is taking action to achieve their dream of county-wide literacy each year. Since 2014, the club has donated a dictionary to every third grader in Lawrence County. And over the last 9 years, approximately 7,000 dictionaries have been donated to children in our county. The club also donates Ben Carson books to every local 5th grader. These donations promote education and continue the work towards a world filled with literate children, starting right here with our own. Not only is education a concern, but all around the globe, humanity is worried about disease and sickness, especially with the recent COVID-19 pandemic. The International Rotary provides health care to people less fortunate all around the globe. They educate the underprivileged at training facilities and set up temporary clinics for the sick. Members of Rotary have also been working to eradicate polio for over 35 years. Over $2.1 billion has been donated toward this cause, and they have reduced polio cases by 99.9% since their first project. With the help of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, children all around the world are receiving essential vaccinations. Each day, the International Rotary takes another step to get us closer to a world where disease, sickness, and suffering is no longer a worry. Now, imagine watching your own child suffer from a sickness they contracted through water that you gave them. Unfortunately, this is the reality that some parents are facing. Clean water is a basic necessity of life that can prevent disease and keep children healthy so that they have a chance to learn and read. The International Rotary provides global grants that help less fortunate communities by creating clean water sources. Over $130 million has been invested into clean water and sanitation projects worldwide. Tanzania has first-hand experience with the love of Rotary. Thanks to donations from members and clubs from around the world, Tanzania now has access to a system of clean flowing water, and now all the people who could once only imagine clean water have it because of the International Rotary. Thanks to the 1.4 million Rotarians around the globe who unite and take action to achieve their dreams, the world is becoming a better and safer place filled with love and kindness. They take real problems and find real solutions so that future generations can live in the world that we once imagined. Like the Beatles once sang, "You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one."
At Central Georgia Primary Care, we are dedicated to improving your health and quality of life throughout Lawrence County with state-of-the-art facilities. We are your one-stop shop for all things health care, and there's a location near you no matter where you live. Central Georgia Primary Care is located at 406 Central Drive in East Dublin and just off Hillcrest, at 101 Mercer Drive, and in Dublin at 230 Industrial Boulevard. North, south, east, or west, there's a Central Georgia Primary Care centrally located near you.
Hey, I got bad reception, but the boys did such a great job letting our friends know about the chip shortage and ordering their vehicles. Now I just need the vehicles to come in. I don't want to end up with pie in my face.
I want pie in my face.
Lost them.
Wow, look at all the new vehicles.
Ordering works after all.
You got pie now.
Hello. Others call you customers. We call you friends.
That's Dublin Ford Lincoln.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Curry Maffett Insurance in Dublin if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
We're going to recognize some more great students. I'm going to move this. I don't know that y'all could ever see my face because I'm 5 feet tall, but we try every time. Okay, so we're going to start with a familiar face and voice who you just heard from, which is our Dublin High School Student of the Quarter from December, who was not able to be here because I'm pretty sure he had wrestling that day. He had, I think, a weigh-in for wrestling. So as you already have been able to tell, Antonio Benjamin is an excellent student, highly motivated, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about him, and then he's going to come up and accept his award from President Ashley. So as he mentioned, he's got his mom, Mary Lovett, and a ton of other guests with him, and we're so grateful for all of you to be here today. He has a 95.6 grade point average, is ranked 14th in his class currently, and his favorite subject is history. He's received several academic awards, the Principal's Award, a honor roll, and is a candidate for the International Baccalaureate Diploma. He has a lot of community service involvement, including Oconee Community Mentoring Association, Bragg Dream Team, MLK Oratorical Public Speaking, as you probably wouldn't be surprised to find out. He's an FCA leader, Fields of Faith keynote speaker, Dublin High School Clean Out, and Dublin DCH Elementary School's Field Day. He is involved in the Superintendent's Council, the soccer team, track, football, wrestling, mountain biking, and cycling. He won second place in the science fair, most outstanding wrestler, has perfect attendance, student of the month, RISA Writing and RISA Math Awards. And he plans to become a robotics engineer with computer coding enhancements. As a robotics engineer, he intends to solve complex problems for industry through robotics and mechatronics. So, Antonio Benjamin, please come up and receive your award. The mic. He's going to answer the question, if you could change one thing about the world for the better, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about the world, I'll probably say the amount of division, because I know what's capable when everyone comes together for a cause. So I'll probably say the amount of division we have in the world.
And now we have our Dublin High School student for this quarter, Olivia Brown. She is, like I said, a student at Dublin High School. Her mother and father are Wanda and Tim Brown. She has a 99.4583 grade point average and is ranked third in her class. Her favorite subject is math. I always do a double take when people say math is their favorite subject because I try to avoid it at all costs. She, again, many awards, honor roll, second place in the 2021 literary competition for personal essay, first place in Dublin City Schools Christmas card contest, second place in, that was in 21, and second place in 22. She's a member of Beta Club and many other councils. She is very involved in her community. She contributes ideas to improve school systems across the state of Georgia. She plays tennis for Dublin High School and dances and is a dance teacher at G Rhythm Performing Arts Center. I have a special place in my heart for that because I taught dance when I was in high school as well. Other awards and accomplishments, she's a part of various councils and is also an international baccalaureate student and has previously been a dual enrollment student. She plans to further her education at a four-year university and plans to become a future entrepreneur as she majors in either business administration or computer science. So Olivia, come on up.
If I could change one thing about the world, it would be to incorporate more love into people's hearts, because a lot of unexpected things are happening left and right, and I believe that we could all come together as one and love one another while we're here. Thank you. And the people I have with me today is my mother, Wanda Brown, my father, the photographer, Tim Brown, my grandma, Miss Peggy Brown, my granddad, W.L. Brown, my other granddad, Mr. Robert Travick, and my grandma, Miss Laura Travick. And then I have Dr. Fred Williams, our superintendent, Dr. Overstreet, Miss Newton, my principal, Mr. Jamie Falk, and Mr. Washington, my student government council leader. And I have my classmate, Mr. Antonio Benjamin. And thank you.
All right, now we have our student from East Lawrence for the third quarter, which is Miss Jessica Norris. She has her parents, James and Tori Norris. She has a 4.0, 100.243 grade point average. She is ranked second in her class, and her favorite subject is science. Several academic awards: Falcon Elite Award, highest average in American government, and honor roll. She's a member of Beta Club, Interact. She's participated with making cards for retirement homes, ringing the bell for Salvation Army, which we love at Rotary. Worked at a pop-up library, Citizens Bank Youth Council, Lawrence County Youth Leadership. Her extracurricular activities include a student association, vice president of Beta Club, vice president of Skills USA, Interact, vice president of, I believe that says Tomb Society. You'll have to correct me on that if I was wrong, Jesse. Golf team, cross country, student council vice president. She won second place at the GSSA video competition and first place in TSA state video competition. And her career goal is to become a biological engineer. So let's welcome Jessica Norris. And your guest and your question.
If I could change one thing about the world for the better, I would make this generation more like the kids in this room, like the ones that participated in the speech competition and the ones that were nominated for this award, because I feel like the new generation does not want to work hard, and I feel like the individuals in this room are caring and career oriented, and I feel like that's what we need. We need a lot more of that. So. And today I brought with me my parents, James and Tori Norris, my twin sister, Jamie Norris. Two of my classmates are here today, Rayleigh and Dorian, and Miss Tokar, my counselor and administrator, Miss Crutchfield.
The holidays are over and we're open for business here at Dublin Nissan. Whether it's the Armada or the Rogue, we want you to come experience the thrill of the drive. With our inventory selection growing every day, we're looking for our best year ever in 2023.
Only Dublin Nissan has this winning lineup. From the Frontier to the Rogue to the Sentra. Pick your color, pick your options.
Henrietta sells cars well.
David sells cars well. And remember, go Dogs.
From humble beginnings with a desire to serve the Dudley community, Bank of Dudley has grown to 5 locations, serving Lawrence, Twiggs, and surrounding counties. Serving our community since 1905, the Bank of Dudley is looking forward to its 2nd century of community banking. Drop in today to any of our 5 locations: Jeffersonville, Dudley, East Dublin, Veterans Boulevard, and downtown Dublin. Bank of Dudley, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Brandy, and I would like to invite you to experience our newly renovated mammography suite at the Fairview Park Hospital Breast Center. Our breast center has its own dedicated entrance with a relaxing boutique-like waiting area. You can make your appointment online anytime at fairviewparkhospital.com or by calling 478-274-3919. Most appointments take 30 minutes or less, and we will have your results back to your doctor within 24 hours.
All right, next we have our student from Trinity Christian School, Luke Bailey. His parents are Bill and Crystal Bailey. He has a 92 grade point average and his favorite subject is English. He's a member of Jeffersonville Church of God, where he is active in the youth group and worship team. Member of Lawrence Youth Leadership Graduate Class of 2022, Chick-fil-A Leader Academy Class of 2022 and 2023, and Citizens Bank of Lawrence County Student Advisory Board Class of 2023. His extracurricular activities include varsity baseball, football, and track. He's a member of Senior Beta Club, the TCS Praise Band, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, another Salvation Army volunteer, we love it, and class chaplain during junior and senior year. His other awards and accomplishments are won the Crusader Award in baseball and in football, Junior Class Christian Character Award, All-Region Award in varsity football, Senior Class Homecoming Court Representative, and is enrolled in dual credit classes at Georgia Military College. His career goals are that he plans to attend the College of Coastal Georgia to pursue a degree in business and education with the intention of returning to Dublin to give back to the community he knows and loves. So let's welcome Luke Bailey.
If I could change one thing for the world for the better, it would be what our government today has based its morals on. And I feel like we have drifted away from the Word of God and what we have made a purpose for ourselves as. Thank you.
And your guests.
My guests, I have my baseball coach, Coach Josh Ward, my dad, Bill Bailey, and my mom, Crystal Bailey.
And now, in alphabetical order, we have our student from West Lawrence High School, Miss Olivia Kraft. She has her parents Travis and Andrea Kraft with her. She has a 4.0 grade point average and is ranked 3rd in her class. Her favorite subject is life sciences, particularly biology and physiology. Her academic awards include that she is a UGA Certificate of Merit winner. She, in her community service involvement, has been a volunteer with South Central Health District for COVID testing and various projects at Stepping Stone. Her extracurricular activities include Raider Brigade Marching Band from 2019 to 2023, the West Lawrence Wind Ensemble, West Lawrence Jazz Band, Praise Team at Journey Church from 2019 into present, member of Beta Club, Anchor Club, and National Honor Society. Her other awards include Red Cross Certified Lifeguard and Certified Water Safety Instructor, Certified in First Aid CPR AED, and Head Guard at Southern Pines Water Park. Her career goals are that she plans to continue her education at the University of Georgia, I know there are some fans in the room, in the fall, where she will major in biology. Although she's not completely sure what this path will take her on, she is excited to learn more about the world around her and discover her place in it. So let's welcome Olivia Kraft.
So with me today, I have my parents over there, Travis and Andrea, and my Uncle Thomas. And let's see, my principal, Dr. Kemp, and Holly Passmore, my counselor. If I could change one thing in the world, as I thought about this question, I kept trying to create some grand plan that would fix all of the problems in the world. But then I thought about the people who really made a change in my life, and my parents and my siblings and my family and my friends. These people have shaped my world, not by accomplishing some great feat, but by intentionally putting in the time, effort, and love to go through the day-to-day life with me. I hope to be like them in the way that I live each day and treat those around me. No matter what I set out to accomplish in this life, I hope to always realize the power of being intentional with people. Using the time I have to love and serve the people placed in my path will always make the deepest impact and create the most change in the world around me.
Thank you so much to each of our students, their families, counselors, principals, loved ones, supporters. You have really contributed to some awesome young people, and every time we have one of these speech contests or when we recognize the students of the quarter, it's just so inspiring to me. I really relate to what Jessie said when she said she hopes every student could be like these students. And I think that's so true, and that can be a prayer that we can have for our community as well. So thank you all so much. Thank you, President Ashley, and I think I'm handing it back over to Ms. Marcia now with some exciting news.
This is a great day to have all these wonderful students here. So it's been a good day for Rotary and a good day for our community. So if we can have the results of the speech contest, we will go ahead and make this announcement because I know everybody would like to know. And what we're going to do is we're going to ask President Ashley if she would present the checks, okay? And then what we would like to do is to present the checks, ask you, the winners, to please not leave because number one, we want to get a group photo of both groups of the speakers and the student of the quarter. We would like to get a group photo if all of you would stay just for a minute. And for those of you who are getting the check for the speech contest, you really don't want to leave because it doesn't have a name on it. The banks won't cash it. So President Ashley will take care of that. Okay, so we're going to start with the second place winner. And the second place winner is speaker number 3. If speaker number 3 would come forward. For the first place speaker is speaker number 2. Okay, and so for the winner of today's contest, and keep in mind both the winner and the first place runner-up will both go to Milledgeville to compete in the zone competition for a $1,000 scholarship. So the winner of our contest today is speaker number 1.
Hometown Supply has what you need to make your home more comfortable. Hometown Supply has electric and kerosene heaters, and they sell kerosene fuel too. From plumbing supplies to paint, batteries to tires, cold weather can kill that old car battery, so Hometown Supply is loaded up with just about every size battery for almost every size car. And Hometown Supply has a great selection of new and recap tires.
If you can't do business here, you just can't do business.
Hello, I'm Jim Tanner from JT's Farm Market. Come out today and see us for all your meat and produce needs. We got rib, pork, Boston butt, sausage, bacon, best in the country. fresh beef. We raise them ourselves, corn-fed. And speaking of corn, good cream corn, peas, watermelons, cantaloupes, sauces of all kinds. Now at JT's, we got JT's Barbecue Shack. We have pulled pork, ribs, chicken, hamburgers, hot dogs, and all the fixings for all your needs. All the beef that we cooking is locally grown. Come by and see us today at 728 Central Drive, East Dublin, Georgia, or call in orders at 609-9850.